Alright guys, here we go. Back up with the Smoking Rabbit Mag 7 2022. This is round 4. This will be Sunday's race. 40 amateur lap 2. So I just passed for the lead. Pretty happy to be in the lead at this point. Get out of the dust a little bit, hopefully. This guy in front of me right now is not in my class. Yeah, I spent the first lap eating a lot of dust, so happy to get in the lead, maybe find some clean air. That's what I'm thinking at this point, at least. Bike's running good. I'm feeling pretty good. This is day number 2 of racing for me. Of course, there was the race on Saturday and today's race. So I'm a little sore, but doing okay. I have to admit, I think I didn't charge this section hard enough. I don't know, by the time I get in the lead, I try to get a little bit of a gap and then basically take a little bit of a break to get my heart rate down. I'm just kind of cruising here a little bit. Feeling comfortable, and again, just glad to have an opportunity to get some clean air. So, been a busy week. This is almost 2 weeks after this race that I'm editing this. Just been super busy with work. Of course, here in Southern Oregon, we're having a bit of a heat wave, which is creating a lot of issues for what I do for work. And yeah, just been really busy, so I haven't ridden since the race. Just too busy to do it. I did pull the rear shock off the bike and take it in to have it serviced. Didn't find any magic smoking guns like I was hoping. I really didn't find anything wrong with the shock, but still has 130 hours on it and it needs rebuilt. So we'll put her back together and put her back on the bike and get ready. Hopefully for this weekend, there's some OMR racing going on. I'd like to ride if I can. I had a great battle with the guy that eventually ends up winning my class in Sunday's race. Really battled with him the whole race. He was definitely a lot better than I was through really this particular section, in my opinion. There's a couple little mud sections up here that I struggled with and really got past it, either for the lead or for position every time. And that continues to be the case here. I have no idea what I'm doing. And there he goes. This is Adam, I think was his name, getting past me. Yeah, sorry for the language there. I was a little frustrated with myself. That's 2 laps in a row that I did that exact same thing. Yesterday I managed it perfectly fine. It was muddier and wetter, so I don't really know what my issue was. But yeah, I just did horrible there. And I got past her every time. Or here. I really don't know what my problem was. But I don't know if it was probably all mental after the first one. But pretty frustrated that I gave up the lead. And he totally drops me after that. I was horrible through this section. There's really good dirt in here, but I don't know what my problem was. I just did not execute in this section of the woods very well. Which I knew at this point that it meant that I was back to non-clean air and eating his dust for the next lap or so until I can find a way back past it. But, you know, gives me something to work on. I talked to Adam after the race, and he said the same thing. He said, "Yeah, I was just hoping I could catch up to you in that muddy section, because he knew he could make time on me there at the very least, if not pass me. I might have had a little more speed in some sections than he did, but was not enough on this day." Still ended up being super fun. Just love riding my dirt bike anymore, you know. Kind of starting to get some glimpses of him again, but I think he was doing the same thing I was doing. He'd charge until he caught me, and then once he passed me, he'd kind of take a little bit of a break. That's what I was doing anyhow. Probably not the best way to manage a race, but oh well, live and learn. Back to eating dust. But this is what off-road racing in the Pacific Northwest is like. This time of year anyhow. But yeah, you can see here every time I'd kind of get him back inside, I'd have to check up through the dusty sections where didn't feel comfortable pushing real hard. And I'll tell you right now, the GoPro sees through the dust a whole lot better than I do. These old eyes just, it's much harder to see than the GoPro makes it look. So that means I gotta push hard to catch back up to him. By the time I catch him, I kind of want a little break. Yeah, it was just a lot of kind of cat and mouse in that aspect, I guess. Boy, today's race was pretty tough too. You go from the clear sunshine into the forest, and it got dark in the forest real fast. It would take a couple seconds for your eyes to really adjust to how dark it was, and then you'd be right back in the sun. So it was definitely a challenge for everybody. But again, that's just part of it. You can hear my front brake squeaking a little bit when I get on it really hard. Pretty sure that was giving away my position a little bit too. I couldn't really sneak up on him. Every time I'd get close, I know he'd hear that brake and it'd give him that extra little bit to charge. It's funny, the front brake on this bike never makes that noise, except for when I'm racing in dusty conditions. But I definitely think it was like a blaring siren. The guy in front of me letting him know that I was back on his wheel. So he'd push a little bit harder, which definitely made my job harder. Front brake sounds just like a horn. It's like, hey, I'm right here. This was a pretty good line here, but you'd have to be pretty aggressive to make it work. I'm not willing to knock anybody down if I don't have to. Yeah, it's kind of funny. You'd get into the woods where there's some shade and a whole lot less dust, but no room to pass. So definitely challenging for myself to stick a tire in anywhere, and then you get back onto the grass track and back into the dust. And as much as I felt quick in the grass, I'd have to check up for the dusty conditions. This was some fun racing. He was definitely on it. He was charging pretty good. I couldn't have gone much faster, that's for sure. Dodging some mud right there. Yeah, I was getting a little frustrated. I don't know. I felt like I was fast enough, but if I could get in front and stay in front for long enough, let him eat some of this dust, that my pace was good enough to win, but it's not always the case. There's a whole lot more to racing dirt bikes than just feeling like you're fast enough. You got to make it happen, too. I felt really good through these sections too. I just couldn't make it happen. You work so hard to catch back up, and they put on a little charge once they know you're there. It's a fun little game. Oh yeah, I almost go down right there. I had to tell myself to calm down a little bit. Take a breather. Last thing you want to do when you're trying to catch somebody is put the bike on the ground. Make your job that much harder. Definitely cost me a little time though. This was the worst climb. It was so dusty, especially if you're close to the guy in front of you. And there are some pretty big holes in this climb. It's not nearly as smooth as the GoPro makes it look. When you hear me letting off the throttle, it's simply because I can't see what's in front of me. Yeah, like I said, the GoPro does a much better job seeing through the dust than I do. Well, I'll shoot out a little plug for filter skins too. Figured my filter was going to be absolutely destroyed after this. When I got home, washed the bike up, pulled the cover, pulled my filter skin off my filter, and I've got like a brand new filter under there. Now the filter skin was pretty much done, but we'll throw it in the washing machine and clean her up, and she'll be ready to go for another one. great job moving over for you. Really appreciate that. You can see my competition is gone. I've got nothing. So I got my work cut out for me, that's for sure. It's funny, I was fine through these little creek crossings and muddy sections. I had no problem with it. Just that one little section on the backside of the track just kicked my butt. Trying to put in a little charge here because I'm definitely dropping off the back end of it. There he is. Took a bit, but I can at least see him again. That always makes a guy happy. Give you something to shoot for. Oh yeah, gotta love that dust. I know I keep talking about it, but I'm to the point now where I can hardly breathe. My lungs are packed full of dust. Oh yeah, I start coughing a bit. Alright, now I'm just trying to keep him in sight. I'm trying to set up a spot. Man, he's running good though. He's definitely going. He's not making it easy on me. Man. Sounds like I'm gonna hack up a lung. get in front of him. Look at all that clean air he's got. I want some of that. Comes right down to it. He led most of the race, honestly. I would lead for very few moments in this race. So I come in hot here, and he kind of lets me have it. I'm a little surprised that he let me have it right there, but I'm so excited right now. I'm thinking, oh, I can breathe again. And at this point, I'm thinking, I'm just going to run away with it. I'm just going to go. But he's thinking the same thing I would if I was in second place right now. It's just keep him in sight until he gets to the muddy section, and you know he's going to screw up. So, and although I'm not going to go that deep into it, that's pretty much what happened. Third lap, the same muddy section, he passes me again, and at that point, the blisters on my hands had finally ruptured, and I just couldn't really hold on to the bike anymore and didn't have any more charging in me, so I just settled for second. He was definitely better than me on this day, so props to you. And hope to see you up at Sandy Clam. It should be a fun race. Probably the last Sandy Clam event they're going to have, so I imagine it's going to be packed with lots of people there. But I'm definitely going to try to be there if I can make it happen. I will. Oh yeah, so much less dust. You always get a little bit of dust from the traffic you run into, but you can usually make pretty short work of this and then get back into some clean air. Thank you. But yeah, like I said, I'll lead the rest of this lap, and then in the third lap he catches me pretty much in the same spot that he did on this lap. So he goes on to win. I end up second. Pretty happy with the weekend overall. This should be my last video from the Smoking Rabbit 2022. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, I'm out.